teenagers and the youngsters and people, follow new trends in the going by the social media or the viewing in the media, like, hot combing and then bleaching the hair and all those things. What happens is there's a lot of hot hair damage. Hair gets damaged by hot irons, by color bleachers, and even combing very quickly. So these are some practices that we have to avoid. So after avoiding these practices, we can have healthy hair. We can comb them. You can make your own hairstyle. So there are some hairstyles which are like tight ponies or tight buns or braids. These are traumatic to the hair. They lead to a lot of hair damage. Hair may break. It may break vertically, like a piece into two, or it may break like a split ends. So there are many people who have split ends. Excuse me. So split ends and hair loss happens because of that. Then baldness is one thing. Baldness comes because of age, and doesn't happen teenagers. It's like 30 plus or 40 people have baldness. Males have a different kind of baldness. Females have different kind of baldness. So these are the things that about hair that people are concerned about. And so I think then we can, this is about regular cleansing. Then we can go on to moisturizers. Moisturizers are, like oily substances which leave our skin pliable, soft to feel, and soft to feel and moisturize, so that it doesn't get dehydrated and appears dry, or when you scratch it, it doesn't become white. So these are moisturizers. They can be in the form of lotions. They can be in the forms of creams or ointments. So lotions are good, effective, but then the creams are more effective than lotions, and ointments are the best. The best moisturizer is Vaseline, petroleum jelly, what we call. But maybe in the, in general, because of its consistency and the look, it may not appeal to you. So you may be using some other emollients and moisturizers. As long as it suits you and your skin is healthy and moisturized, it doesn't matter which kind of moisturizer you are using. So moisturizers usually in desert or in the humid conditions, what happens is we have hot and humid condition here in Oman. So when we go out, there's a lot of sunlight, and that dries up our outer layer of the skin. Then there is dehydration because of the sunlight, because of the heat, extreme heat, and because of the moisture, humidity in the air. We cannot sweat that much. So our outer layer skin gets dehydrated. So keep it rehydrated, we have to use a regular moisturizer. So you can use it. A regular moisturizer can be used on a wet skin to be more effective. Otherwise, it may just be on your skin. You have been using it. It may come onto your clothes, but it may not be effective for your skin. So this is about moisturizer. And then we can go on to sunscreens. Sunscreens are a must in Oman if you are, or even if you are in another part of the world, because sunscreens do not only protect us from sunlight. They also have a effect of sunlight, ultraviolet lights, which is called wrinkles, which comes on later. It's not an immediate effect. So if you're using sunscreen regularly, you may delay the wrinkling of your skin, which is proven scientifically, and many of the people around the world are using sunscreens. Using a sunscreen all over the face, all over the exposed areas. At least half an hour before you go out. SPF 30 and above. These marks are written on the sunscreens: SPF 30, 45, 15, SPF 100. So anything above SPF 30 is a good sunscreen. So with all these things, sunscreens, moisturizers, and shampoos, and I think you can keep your skin healthy, shining, and glowing. And I think that is enough, and we can go on to question answer sessions if you have. Yes, Mrs. Sonali.
Yes, doctor. Now I will request everybody to open their videos, please, and ask the doctor if they want to have any questions about this. And doctor, I have received one question, but I'll ask after people will
Oh,
ask. Somebody has mailed us, so I'll ask that one later. But meanwhile, anybody interested to ask any question to doctor, please open your video. You can open
Yes,
your.
yes, Guruji. Unmute yourself.
Pramod. Hi, can you hear me, doctor?
yes, sure.
Yeah, actually, the question already I sent it to yesterday to Ravi.
Yes.
Yeah, Guruji, I got that question.
Yeah.
I have most of the days I have a skin itching something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are here, so directly you can ask.
Yeah. Actually, what is my issue? Suddenly, after coming from office or something, I always get itching in my fingers, or my hand or thighs, but I don't find what is the reason. But I don't have any mark or any scar or anything, but it's continuously getting itching almost 4 days in a week. Or if I go to any, I don't know, because of food, then I took some allergy tablet, then I put some coconut oil. It become all right. 2 to 3 days, okay, maybe again after 4 5 days, again it is coming.
Okay. So, okay. Shall I start answering your question?
Yeah.
All right. So we call it as itch. Just a general term is itch, and itch has lot of causes actually. Most of the causes are, the major causes are dryness of the skin.
Okay.
Then there are people who have some infections like bacterial infections, fungal infections, people who are diabetic, people who are using some, like you said, you mentioned the itching is more on hands and feet and the fingers. So it can be because the kind of work you are doing, maybe you soap a lot of times in your hand during your work. There's some music coming from somewhere. Okay, so these are some causes actually. So it needs a workup. If you think that you are getting rid of this itching with just antihistaminic or anti-allergic tablets, and those anti-allergic tablets suit you for a few days, if you control them, it's fine, and you can use cold water or coconut oil like you said. But if it continues for more than 10 days, 15 days, it needs a workup. You should consult a skin specialist somewhere near your area, so that they can find out what is the cause. Food related to itching is, in your case, is uncommon, because foods can cause allergy, but not kind of allergy that you have. It is limited to hands and foot. It is going to be a sudden allergy all over the body. You may have to rush to emergency. So certainly this is not a food allergy. But I cannot pinpoint your exact cause of itching for you at this moment. But sometime when you can consult a skin specialist, maybe they can point out, and hopefully you'll get rid of it.
Okay. Thank you. Is it? I have some bacterial infection. Is it because of that?
You could have any bacterial, any viral, any fungal infection in the body can cause itching.
Okay. Because I have some stomach issues, bacterial infections and all before.
Yeah. So they could cause they can cause itching, because itching is a non-specific thing. So it is just a symptom. It is like a mirror. It just shows that your body is having something, and you should consult a doctor. They will find out the cause. When your cause is treated, the itching goes off. So I think you will be able to find out the cause and treat it.
Okay, doctor. Thank you, Radvish.
Yeah, thank you. Doctor, there is one more. Akshara Sanjay, you can open your video, please, and you can ask. She has put in a chat box. Can you please suggest any sunscreen lotion brand for general use?
Right.
Akshara ji, आप आपका video open कर सकते हैं, and you can ask directly.
Okay.
Fine. It's okay. You can give the answer.
Right. So like I had earlier commented that sunscreens are basically there to protect your skin against ultraviolet light. And there is no sunscreen which protects 100% against sunlight. So it is not only nowadays, research is showing that it is not only sunlight, not only ultraviolet, it is also the visible light, like the tube lights and the normal bulbs, the microwave lights, television lights, and the screen from the computer. They all affect our skin, but they don't affect our skin as adversely as ultraviolet A and B. So to protect against these sunlights, these harmful rays, we used to have a sunscreen. Sunscreens are two kinds. One is a barrier cream, which is a physical sunscreen. Then you have, the usual sunscreens or chemical sunscreens. So the barrier creams are one. If you watch sports shows, like football, cricket, people, they are using some creams on the face like this, and it appears white. Those are called barrier creams. So those barrier creams are like, they will physically block sunlight or ultraviolet light from affecting your skin. The others are, chemical sunscreens, which are products which applied on the skin, they deactivate ultraviolet light and it does not interact with your skin. So these are two kinds. They can be in the form of lotion. They can be in the form of a cream. Either way, whichever suits your skin, because some people have oily skin, they may have to avoid, oily. There are 3, 4, 5 types of. Every company, every pharmaceutical has a sunscreen which has 4, 5 ranges. It is for dry skin, it is for oily skin, like that. So you may have to choose among those. Go to a pharmacy. Don't buy it from a shop. The cosmetic companies also make sunscreen, but they are not as effective as made by pharmaceuticals. So go over to a pharmacy, ask a pharmacist's suggestion, and you choose according to your skin. And maybe 1 or 2 times you may get a wrong kind of combination, or maybe it suits you, but ultimately you'll know which sunscreen suits you, and hopefully you'll be having a good skin. To use a sunscreen, you should use sunscreen half an hour before you go out, all over the face and the neck. And suppose your hands are uncovered, on the hands. If your forearms are not covered, on the forearms also. And if you are going to be in the office or in and out, it's fine. Just once application is okay. But if you're going to be in the sunlight for more than 4 hours, you have to remove after around 4 hours and then reapply the sunscreen for it to be effective. And remember that ultraviolet light gets reflected from snow, from water, whether it is water in the pool or the sea. So people who are having pool parties have to use sunscreen more effectively, so that the water does not reflect. You are getting sunlight from the above and sunlight reflected from the pool water also. So those are the things that you have to keep in mind. Apart from sunscreen, we can use broad hats, caps. We also have to protect our eyes with dark goggles. We can use full-sleeved clothes or umbrellas. These are other things which, if you don't use a sunscreen, you can use.
Thank you.
I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. Shoaib, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. He raised the hand.
Yeah, Doctor. Good evening, Dr. Pramod.
Good evening.
This is very hot weather in Oman. So,
Yes.
which type of sunscreen you prefer to us to use it?
Like I just answered that, it depends on the kind of skin you have. People that, our members who are in teenage groups, they have usually oily skin. And if you're using some sunscreen which is lotion based or heavy cream based, you can develop acne, pimples. So those things can cause problem instead of solving your problem. So in those cases, there are aqua fluid. So if you read on the sunscreen, it is written fluid or aqua. Aqua and fluid, they are like water. So water-based sunscreens, they are going to be light for them. People who have dry skin, like for example, people who are more than 40, 45 years of age, who are not using makeups, they tend to have dry skin. And people who are working outdoors, they can always use a normal sunscreen, which is going to moisturize their skin as well as act as a sunscreen.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Anybody wants to ask Doctor any question? Sonali, unmute yourself.
Yes. Can you hear me, Doctor?
Hello, Doctor.
Good evening, Sonali.
Good evening. Good evening. I just have one question. When
Yes.
dry eczema, if we are suffering by dry eczema, and if it is in your head, the hair loss is there and hair quality goes down. So, is there a permanent remedy on that, or it will go on for lifelong?
Okay. So actually, there are hundreds of eczemas actually.
And one more. And what is the cause of it?
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So let me tell you that it is going to be shocking that there are hundreds of eczemas, and there are many causes for all eczemas. But let me tell you that with our modern science progressing and many things coming now, all the eczemas can be controlled. Eczema can be cured. I cannot be sure, because eczema will stay with you. With some people, they have genetic factors. Some people have dry skin. Some people have, other factors which exacerbate this eczema. Some people have asthma or some other allergy. So these people, they are prone to eczemas. Although, eczemas don't go, but you'll have a very comfortable and your problem-free life. When you are using, suppose it's the eczema on the skin, what we advise is to use a normal soap which does not dry your skin. Normal soap, the normal soaps will dry your skin because they remove your bacteria and the sweat and everything. So for these kinds of soap, people, we advise mild soaps like, you have oily soap like palm olive, and then I don't want to name the companies, but they are, when you feel oily,
Privately.
soaps. Dove is one of those. So what happens is it does not take out all of the moisture from your skin, and then on the wet skin you have to use moisturizers. So these people, majority of these people will improve with moisturizers and these mild soaps. They may need off and on, they may need treatment with just ointments and creams, and they'll be fine. Your question was about the scalp eczema in the scalp.
Yeah.
Could be seborrheic dermatitis like dandruff, because there will be some patches. And if dandruff is there for long, what happens is it causes irritation in the skin. So it is there. It is eating up all the circulation. It is taking all the blood circulation from the hair root to itself. So hair root gets inflamed. The hair roots, where they are not getting enough circulation. They are not getting enough nutrition through the blood. So the hair start falling. So it is not because of eczema, but the eczema is one of the cause. So when we treat eczema, suppose it is dryness, we treat it with moisturizer. If it is because of dandruff, we treat dandruff. Eczema goes off, the circulation goes back to the hair follicle, the hair root, and the hair starts regrowing again.
Thank you, doctor.
Welcome.
Anybody wants to ask any more questions to Dr. Pramod, please?
Yeah, doctor, can you hear?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, doctor, good evening. This is Ram with you. Doctor, I have eczema on my left leg in the bottom side, and it is lasted more than 10 years. And I am applying some lotion, so it is okay. But once I stop the lotion, again it is itching started. So will it be a lifelong, or at a certain age it will be remedied, or it will go? Or can you suggest something for me?
See, there are two kinds of eczemas broadly, if you say. One eczema which is coming from inside the body because of genetic factors, some deficiencies, or deficiency in the form of, like moisturizing of the skin and other things, not deficiency of vitamin. And then some inherent allergies, like you have bronchial asthma, you have allergic rhinitis, like, sneezing daily, or the runny nose all the time. So these are inherent. And these eczemas usually improve with medicine. They do not go all together. When you are using medicines, you will improve. You will have a comfortable life. Then there are other eczemas which are from the external factors, not from inside the body, like dryness, like friction from clothes, or maybe you are using too much of harsh chemicals on your hands or foot or body part, wherever you have, or maybe there you have some animals at home like cats, dogs. Their fur is causing, you're allergic, and they are causing allergies. So these are some factors. But as you said, it is only on one leg, so it is highly unlikely that it is an internal eczema. It is because of maybe dryness, or I don't know. Many people here are diabetics in Oman, because we have usually the Omani patients. That causes dryness of the skin. Besides that, there is dryness of the skin in general to everyone because of the hot weather we have here. And, because of the hot weather, we stay in air conditioned. Again, the air-conditioned air takes out moisturizer from your skin. So the whole humidity and moisture taken from your skin, again, makes your skin dry. So since you said that you get improvement with moisturizer, I would say that you keep on using moisturizer. But the best way is to use moisturizer is to use on a wet skin. After taking shower, within 1 minute, you should be using moisturizer on the wet skin. Don't use a towel, just on the wet skin. Let the water be there. Use a moisturizer. It is going to help your skin to become smooth and frictionless. And hopefully within a few days, you will feel that there's improvement. And moisturizers, they are good for skin. and they're not going to harm you. They don't contain any steroids or medicines. So you can keep them using lifelong as long as you want.
Thank you. Thank you. Doctor, my son is 14 years old and he's getting a lot of pimples on the mouth, on the face now. So I
Right.
should care something, I should apply something or let it be because of his age or something?
Look, sir, acne is natural actually. It is physiological in this age. From 12 years onwards to 25 years, they will come and go. Sometimes, some people will start having acne at 9 years. Some people will have at 40 years of age. We have seen patients coming with acne at 60 years of age. So as long as they are not making any problem, they are not disfiguring your face, you can just let them come and go. But there are a few things we can do so that the acne, the appearance doesn't change your face appearance, and the severity of acne is less, and they come and go and they don't bother your facial appearance. For that, in this age, he should be using a regular soap. I would advise my patients, usually I advise a soap cake. You can use Lifebuoy. I don't want to use names, but those soaps, not the soaps which are directed by your commercial TV commercial that this is a good soap and this is bad soap. No, it is according to any soap. Like in the beginning, I said all soaps are same, so you can use any soap which suits your pocket, which the boy likes, but not Johnson soap, not special oily soaps, not glycerin soaps. The normal soap for the body he can use on the face. And what happens when you wash your face in this age after 2-3 hours, then again the layer, that film of sebum or wax or oil comes on the face. It makes it again oily. So he has to keep on washing his face at least 4 or 5 times daily till there is dryness. As the dryness should be equal to the external area of the hand. So this area is just apt, just good enough so that the acne will not come on this area. So this is the kind of dryness we want on the face. Second thing is people, youngster get tempted by a lot of TV commercials using this cream, that cream. So experimenting on your face is not advisable in this age. And moisturizers are a no-no. They should not be used in this because already your skin is getting extra moisturized. That is why, because of extra oil or extra sebum, the acne is coming. When you are going to use moisturizer, again, the oil is going to be doubled and you are going to have double problems. And if the sorry to interrupt you, if there are yellow lesions, yellow spots, or they are leaving scars or black spots, you may consult a skin specialist and they will advise you some creams or some lotions. And they also will advise you antibiotics if they are big enough. The pimples are big and they are in the body also. Otherwise, just creams and lotions will be enough.
Thank you. Doctor, one more thing. Yeah, this actually, instead of this moisturizer, can we use the mustard oil or this coconut oil for the moisturizing? For
the face or the body or the hair?
For the full body, weekly one time. Like in the villages, people are doing they apply coconut oil or mustard oil over the body.
Yes.
Nowadays we are thinking about this moisturizer, but before people only use this natural oils.
Yes, that is a very good question. Actually, I will tell you that moisturizer, what we study scientifically are all moisturizers. There are 3 kinds of moisturizers. There are vegetable oils, then there are mineral oils, and then there are other products which are mixed like that. So vegetable oils, like you mentioned, coconut oil, mustard oil, these are all vegetable oils, right? So it depends on what kind of, the practice is different. In India, the north, usually people use the mustard oil, right? People in the south use coconut oil. People in the Gujarat and other areas, they use groundnut oil. So it depends on what kind of oil is available locally, which suits your pocket, and it doesn't cause any difference. I mean, any side effect, or it doesn't spoil your clothing. So but the best, scientifically, the best oil would be a white oil like coconut oil. So coconut oil is the best for moisturizing your skin. But oils have to be used just on the wet skin to moisturize your skin. Coconut oil is good. Mustard oil I would not prefer because mustard oil has a little yellow color. All colored oils like yellow colored mustard oil, or you see olive oil, they have certain chemicals which react with sunlight. And this way, after sunlight reaction, they cause the skin to become pigmented, dark pigmented. So if you want to still use, and if you're using inside the body, you can use mustard oil, it's fine enough. Or if you want to use coconut oil, it's good. So these are vegetable oils. The problem with them is they have a little smell which comes with them. Some of the people, your friends, your peers, your office goers may not like that smell. So these cosmetic companies came up this idea of using a moisturizer. Then talking about mineral oils, we have liquid paraffin or Vaseline. Vaseline comes from petroleum. It is a petroleum product. It's a very good moisturizer. Or you can use the normal commercially available moisturizers. But there's a word of caution there. If you're using coconut oil or even petrolatum or even liquid paraffin, any moisturizer which contains a lot of oil in it, especially for the ladies who are homemakers, they should not be going near the kitchen for cooking, because the oils can, there's a hazard of catching fire, or people who are working with fire, near fire. So they have to be careful about that. So I think that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you, doctor. Thank you so much. Doctor, one more thing. This
Yes.
jhai in Hindi, in English, I don't know what this is. Jhai in the mouth, it is coming.
Yeah.
What is the reason for that? Because it is coming sometime to the males as well as females during the pregnancy, they are getting it. So what is
Yes.
the reason behind that?
So in English, generally people call it as a pregnancy mask. Jhai. Jhai is like, like brownish discoloration which comes on the cheek here, especially for females when they are pregnant. Some males will also get it. We have been studying a lot of, these patients, and a lot of research has said that, there are many causes. One of the major causes is pregnancy hormones in pregnancy. But then it comes in males who don't have these hormones. So the effect of sunlight comes there. Then people who are, males or females, both who are iron deficient, they have deficiency of iron in them. They also have these. So these are few things. And then, ladies who are taking oral contraceptive pills, that also increases this jhai, or what, as you said, or pregnancy mask pigmentation. So this is how it happens. But the treatment for all remains the same. You have to use a broad spectrum sunscreen, like I said, SPF 30 and more. Sunscreen has to be used so that the further progression stops. And then you have to consult your skin specialist, because some medicines which cannot be used in pregnancy and during breastfeeding. Some medicines cannot be used in other areas. So, and then if you have iron deficiency, you will be taking iron supplements or foods which are rich in iron, so that they improve your iron intake and your nutritional hemoglobin and nutritional intake, so that it improves with that. And people who do not improve with this, they may need some medication. So according to your skin and according to your pigmentation, whether it's light, it is dark, or it is all over the face, so the skin doctor will give you prescription.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm satisfied. Thank you.
And doctor, now Roshan wants to ask something.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Roshan, please.
Good evening, doctor. How are you?
Sir. Fine, great. How are you?
Doctor, my question is, my sons are about 15 years now, and they have this dandruff problem from last couple of years. They have used different kind of shampoos, dandruff creams, and everything done, but still it's not going. I just wanted to know, generally, at what age it stops then? If it is a teenage problem, then at what age generally it stops? And second thing is it contagious?
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like like acne, pimples. So this is the dandruff is usually happens in this age, actually, when children have acne. It is because dandruff is it is up to you if you take it as a disease or it is normal condition. I think already know that our skin is in layers. So the uppermost layer will shed at least once in 28 days. Okay, so what happens is, in cases of dandruff, this accumulates and suddenly starts falling too much. Then you notice it as flakes, coming on the skin, the clothes, and from the hair, and it is not good to look at, right? And some people have oily dandruff, some people have dry dandruff. So what happens basically, why dandruff is coming, because your skin is falling, which is normal. But when you are using some oil or some conditioner, like coconut oil or some creams, styling gels, what they do, they stick these layers together. They are not allowing them to fall off. So when they stick together and you are not using the shampoo, any shampoo or cleanser in your hair, so they don't wash up, they still stay. So when you comb, they fall off, like suddenly, oh, today I have dandruff. So So this is the thing. So there's no particular treatment required for dandruff until unless it is because of psoriasis or some seborrheic dermatitis, something else. For normal, like in your child, what she can do is they can use normal shampoos. By normal shampoo, I mean is any shampoo which is available in the market, in the supermarket, not in the pharmacy. Don't use any anti-dandruff shampoo like Head and Shoulders and these shampoos. No. Anti-dandruff shampoos are meant for people who have dandruff, but they're not supposed to be used in a daily use because they are going to make make your hair dry. Your hair may break. Okay, so normal shampoos are like shampoos, and I would recommend any shampoo which has a conditioner. If you don't prefer conditioner, you can use oil, coconut oil or olive oil or mustard oil, whatever you want. But like I said, the shampooing your need may be different for food. For example, my food needs are different. So we cannot individualize the needs of a shampoo for a person. So if your child feels that, even after shampooing 3 times, 4 times in a week, the dandruff is not going, he can use shampoo daily. Shampoo is not going to harm his hair. It is just a normal soap, right? So what happens if sometimes when I'm sweating and I go for walk, I sweat too much, I shampoo twice a day. So it is not going to cause any effect. In fact, shampoo is going to remove dandruff, so the hair is going to be healthy and it's going to have enough nourishment and the circulation from inside, so it's going to be healthy. So any normal shampoo, if your child is using and then he sees that the hair is not that oily or the dandruff is not there, it is good enough. Suppose dandruff still comes back, then he may use an anti-dandruff shampoo prescribed by a doctor or any from you buy from market. This anti-dandruff shampoo can be used only once or twice a week, while you can continue with the normal shampoo on other days, right? Suppose like in our culture, people are used to using oils. I have not used oil for last 25, 26 years here. And in my family, my daughter, my wife, they don't use oil. My parents, they have stopped using oil because I told them so. Because no oil or no conditioner goes into their skin or in the hair, it does not penetrate. It's just useless. It is on the hair. But you feel good when you have oil on your hair. So what you need is a balanced little oil, so that doesn't become like thick, sticky, and it doesn't come off onto your skin. For that effect, what we advise is you can use oil on your hair, keep it for half an hour, 1 hour, and then wash it off with shampoo. After shampooing, don't use any oil or cream, and your hair will be nice and flowing, and there'll be bounce when you walk, and there'll be a shine in your hair.
Is it contagious?
No, it is not. Sorry, I didn't answer that. It is not contagious. It is just, some people have some fungal infection in that, malassezia. So it is not going to be contagious. You can use his towel, you can use his comb, and he can use yours. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, doctor.
Welcome.
And generally, at what age it stops, this teenage problem, like dandruff in teenagers? About 18, 15, 18?
See, from 12 to 25 years is the age gap. It is huge, but slowly when you're using, you get used to using shampoos and this thing, and then you get control of it. Then you understand. And there's one more thing. The more you stress, the more you think about it, the emotional stress and physical stress, they are going to increase dandruff as well as acne.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, doctor. Everything is clear. Thank you.
Anybody wants to ask any more questions? Otherwise, I have few questions, doctor, for you.
Yes, go ahead.
Let's see first people pulse if they have so many doubts.
All right.
Okay. There are 2 questions, doctor, what I came to know from somebody that at the age of 13, 14, the child is getting the white hair. So
white hair.
White hair. Few gray hair and white hair. Yes. So what is the reason behind that and what is the remedy?
All right. So let us start with this question. White hair is still a puzzle, or gray hair is still a puzzle for us in skin discipline. Actually, it is because of, our skin is white. It is because of the pigment melanin which is in the skin that it appears as black or brown or yellow, whatever. It depends on our ancestry and the location where we live. So if we are coming from Africa, we may appear as black or dark brown. If you're in India, it is brown. If you go to Japan and Far East, it will be like yellowish, and we go to Europe, it will be white. It is because of the concentration of melanin, the pigment in the skin or the hair. So what happens in the hair? Sometimes the melanin stops, building up or producing in the hair. So those hairs start, getting gray or white. The exact cause is not known. The people said emotional stress. These are scientific researches, and there's no pinpoint research about that. But there are some few factors. They say that if you have emotional stress, if you have physical stress, if you have a lot of there are some people who have some conditions like they are on chemotherapies or some other medications that can cause this. So exactly one single pinpoint target is not available so that we can treat that, and we can treat gray hair. Coming to treatment of gray hair, we still don't have any ointment, cream, or anything which can make our hair gray go back to becoming black. So what has been practiced by the society is like coloring your hair. So people in India and Asian societies, Southeast Asia, they are using henna. The natural henna green powder, not the black one. Black is a dye. Then these are temporary dyes. Then there are permanent dyes which come as chemicals, like in the boxes you will find in the malls. So these dyes are used. Then there are people who have, there has been research, people who have been trying, giving injections for this, giving supplements of vitamins for this. So off and on, some people have, it is not a further evidence-based research that vitamin will improve or certain this product, if it is taken in this amount, will increase the black coloration of the hair. It is not like that. So it is very unpredictable, and sorry to say that we are still not successful to treat gray hair. Still, the research is in progress, and I don't know when we can have that, so that whole of the fraternity and whole of the humankind will be happy with it.
Yeah. So what about the white hair at the age of 12 and between 12 to 15 or more? That's not much, maybe 4 or 5 white hairs are appearing. So that is the reason they are very upset, and they want to ask this question, but not able to join today.
I can understand the anxiety of the parents. Actually, in our society, and there's a norm that after 30-35 years you'll have few strands of hair, gray hair, and then by 60 you may have more hair. There are people who say that my grandfather, grandmother, they were 80, 90, they didn't have any single gray hair. So, but nowadays we are seeing that a lot of people, a lot of young children, they have gray hair. This is called premature graying of hair. Premature graying of hair is like before, say 25-30 years, if you have graying hair, we call it premature. There have been instances and cases who are just 1 or 2 years old children and they have gray hair. So in those cases, we explained the condition to the patient, that look to the parents, that these are the causes. So vitamins, you can start using vitamin supplements for a few months. Then you can try this if it is helping. Just few hair are there, you can try plucking them, and maybe the new hair which is coming could be black, or it could not be black. It is just by chance. Vitamin supplement is one thing. And if there are just 10%, less than 10% hair which are gray, you can cover up with henna or something. So these are few things that, or tips we give to patients. If there are more than 10-20% hair which are gray, which are white, then it is a matter of concern especially in this age group, because people feel out of place, and children, their peers may tease them that you are older, and all those things happen, and stress is there. But these are the facts. So that we have some limitations. We are not able to find out what is the exact cause and what is the treatment. But the research is in progress, and hopefully someday we will be able to see that we can recolor the hair.
Thank you, Doctor. So one more parent's question is, there is black marks below the eyes for the children who is at the age from 10 or to 15, and some elders also it will be there.
Yes.
So black circles will be there, and some reason behind, they are thinking that children are playing more with their iPads, mobile. Now it is a lockdown time and online classes. So
Yes.
what is any remedy for that, or they have to be like that, a black spot and lack of sleep? Generally, in
Yes.
olden days, they'll say lack of sleep. तो सोरा
Yes.
नहीं है इसलिए तेरे को black marks आ रहे, सो जा.
Right.
So yeah, like
So,
that. Yes.
right. So like you said, sote nahi hai to usse hai. So let us start with that. It is not because of sleep, but it is because of the improper sleep. So sleep also means that when your sleep is not full, so that means you have stress. Either you have emotional stress, like you are thinking too much, you have some tension about the exams, stress because of your job, stress because of your family relations. So there is a factor of stress in this pigmentation and this thing. And then about sleep is not because it is there because of lack of adequate sleep. This is a cause of periorbital melanosis. We call periorbital melanosis. So there's pigmentation, and it can become later on as wrinkles also. So there's a familial cause. Coming to the sleep is like, see, the nature is like that. Days are supposed to be working. We should be working the days, and nights we should be sleeping. So our biological clock and our body has been meant like that. So there are people who work late night or who are working whole nights, and daytime they are sleeping. So they are not able to give adequate rest to their cells, to their bodies. There are certain hormones like melatonin and other hormones which require only night activity or rest at night and daytime activity to activate them in proper levels. So that thing is not happening. So the inverse cycle of sleep and work, that affects the skin coloration around the eyes. Then there is genetic factors. It runs in the family. Suppose my father is having, my mother is having, or my relatives are having, I may also have that without these causes of sleep, without this stress. All right. Then there are some people who, people who are working, like you said, for iPads, because iPads, computer screens, TV screens, they also emit rays, and our eyes get stressed. These rays, and when our eyes are stressed, it is a kind of like we are not, our muscles are not getting enough rest. So this also is a cause for periorbital melanosis. These causes are removed. Hopefully it goes back. Otherwise, there are some medications which can improve that. In some patients, there is a lot of improvement with that when you remove stress and when the sleep cycle is proper. In many people who have genetic or familial factor, in them they need some medications. It may not go, but it improves.
Yeah, thank you, doctor.
Welcome.
So I'll pass down this message to their parents. So thank you very much. I think anybody wants to ask a final round so that we can wind up. It's almost 1 hour, and doctor taken time for spending.
No problem.
Yes, thank you very much. I think nobody. Anyhow, I want to request everybody to become a member of Indian Social Club, and we are having offline tournament on 24th of September, table tennis and badminton. I request Dr. Pramod, you also come and have.
Can I ask one question, sir?
Yes, Akshara, please. Sanjay ji, please. Puchi.
Yeah, where can we have your private consultation, sir? Any private hospital or live hospital only?
I work in a government hospital, so we are not supposed to go for a private hospital. However, you can go to a government hospital if you are in Sohar polyclinics available. Or alternatively, you can go to private hospital. You can go to Badal Sama, Rafa, and there are other clinics also. You can go to a skin doctor and you can take a consultation.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay. Now I request, because we started officially and we will wind up officially by vote of thanks. So I'll request Sonali to give the vote of thanks and wind up the program. Thank you. Back to Sonali, please.
Thank you, Rajesh. First, I must say thank you to Dr. Pramod. He took out the time for us and he guided so well. We had lots of questions and he answered so well. Thank you, Doctor, for that. And I wish to thank all the viewers who are here and they attended, they support the club, and all the members who have become the members of the club. And I request to become all of who are here to become member of the club. We are thankful to all who have attended today. And even we are thankful to our sponsors, Madhun Dairy, then Muscat Daily, then Byju's, and of course Al Jazeera. And I request if anyone is there who can support the club financially also by giving sponsorship, all of you are welcome. And I'm thank you to the thank you all of our members of the club. Even I wish to thank the government of Oman and of course, Ministry of Health. So thank you once again, Dr. Pramod. If I missed out anyone, it's my apology. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. There was some glitch. I had prepared some slides to make it interesting. Sorry for that. But time when we host, I hope we can share the screen, and I will, update myself so that we can share the screen.
But it was not missing actually, as you explained so well. It was not missing.
Still, if there are any questions, so thank you very much.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye.
I think Sonali and Roshan, you can stay. Rest you can leave. Doctor, you can leave. No problem. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Rajesh, stop recording and live streaming.